hard game. You only have to look when as soon as the referee blew the final whistle. I counted. I think 8 people were led out on the floor. What Curtis Jones did is as good as scoring a winner in the last kick of the game. What is important is that we go to Reynolds and show that we've got some real character.
So Renault, it was a team with a 100% home league record against a team with a 100% away league record. A draw was the inevitable result.
It was a really good game of football. People might listen to this interview and start picking holes in it. I've just said to the manager now, Nathan, great game. And he said exactly the same thing. Two sides that want to go toe-to-toe. They don't come and park the bus. They come and have a go. And do they have a go? They're a really good side. And then we had a go. And we just couldn't break each other down. I thought, if I'm going to be completely critical, we're 1-0 up after a great goal from Donahue and we're cruising. But I'm certainly not going to hang Guy out to dry. Guy's been one of our better players for as long as he's been here. He's always at 7 or 8 out of 10, sometimes a 9, sometimes a 10. And he just made a mistake today. And he crossed that white line, and you've got to be prepared to make mistakes. And he hit the back pass and Fuster gets in and scores. But does that rock us a little bit? Said to the lads at half time, get in and get him out of trouble. I thought second half they did. I thought it was a really good performance, and credit to Guy. Special mention to Guy, because strength of character after making a mistake on the back of last week as well, to go and put in that performance that he did and we did second half. I'm happy, Tim. I'm really happy.
Yeah, I think sort of like the mistake was forced a little bit by the constant pressing of Whitby. We were talking sort of like after about 35 minutes and before the goal, we said that this is literally, they are like just working so hard. And that led, I guess, to the second half where both teams started to look a bit tired because of the constant pressure that both were placing on each other.
It was a hard game. You only have to look when as soon as the referee blew the final whistle. I counted. I think 8 people were led out on the floor. Literally 4 of theirs, 4 of ours, because they put in a real shift. And you've got to give them credit. Nathan's got them playing so well. They pressure. They've got quality. Their 8 was as good as I said. I've just been chatting to him now. He's come out of Middlesbrough, I think. Really good player. But he's got them playing well. And, you've got to credit them, but you've got to credit us, Tim, because people just look at results at times. I look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture was that we got a real slapping last week against Reynolds, and to go out of the FA Cup, to have the week that we've done, to work on our mindset, psychology, all the little things that we've done, to come and get a point today, that's a sign of a really good side and a side with loads of character, because I've seen other sides get beat 4-0 and then go and lose another 4 and another 4 and another 4, and you're scratching your head. But today, super proud of every one of them in there, and the staff, because it's been a really tough week, and no one liked going out of the FA Cup last week, and nor did I like doing an interview after the game. But people might want to pick holes because we haven't won today. I'm really happy, and now we go into 2 away games, hopefully aiming to stop the rot or away form rot.
Yeah, it was one of the sort of like Whitby's results earlier. They went 3-0 up against Marine in something like the first 30 minutes, and you could tell that from the very moment they were, normally when teams come to Broadhurst Park, they'll park the bus for 10 minutes and just feel out the game a little bit. There was none of that from Whitby. They were straight at it from the first minute.
And massive credit goes to the manager for playing attacking football. And listen, he won't mind me saying this, but at times Whitby, in a month's time, that their pitch might not be conducive for that free-flowing style of football they like to play. They come here on a lush surface. They've got really good footballers in there, and they come and have a go. So what we've got to do, we've got to have a go as well. And you can just see the amount of times that either 2 wingers are travelling with the ball back and forth, or fullbacks are overlapping, or the midfielders are breaking, our midfielders are breaking. I think it was good. As a manager, your heart's in your mouth at times, and especially in the last minute of the game. What Curtis Jones did is as good as scoring a winner in the last kick of the game. That tackle he's world class. That piece of defending is so good. And you might look back on that at the end of the season and say, do you remember that point we got at Whitby when CJ made that tackle right in the last minute? You look back on the moments and think, that's not bad, that. So I said exactly the same to the lads. It was important we didn't lose today. We haven't lost today. We haven't lost at Broadhurst Park. We can now have a breakaway from Broadhurst Park, and hopefully on our travels at Reynolds and at Workington, go and get some points, go and get some away points. But look at the results. Reynolds have won again today. It's going to be tough. But we're not going there fearing them. We got beat last week. We switched off in key areas. But for 20 minutes of that game, first half, we were equally, if not better than them. So we're going to go there and try. And that's all we'll ever do, is try and get the right result.
Yeah, you talk about players bouncing back from sort of torrid games. Pat Boyd last week, obviously, must have been horrific for him to sort of concede 4 today. He was the Josie Fultz man of the match, chosen by today's sponsors, HSG Global. He was immense, wasn't he?
He's always immense. I think he's brilliant. managers come out and say, "Oh, that's what we're paying for," to make saves. But it's more than that. I'm not coming out and saying that. You're a team, aren't you? You've got to praise people. And Pat, I think he faced 6 attempts in the second half. He stood tall. There was one that he blocked with his wrist, which is a brilliant wrist. He came and caught everything. He's been a fantastic addition. Since he's come into this football club, and remember he came in as a backup because we were going to sign Steve at the start. And when we realised that deal fell through, he's come in and he's been immense for us. And you're just thankful that when they break that line, you've got a keeper of Pat's quality in behind that. So I'm chuffed he got man of the match. I'm chuffed for the whole back four. Thought they were excellent. Great to have Donahue and Munro back today. Exquisite goal from Donahue. And probably we lost our impetus a little bit when we had to take them both off, but we knew we'd be lucky if we could get him 60, 65. But that's the rebuild of them too. They've got to get themselves back up to speed. But now we've got lads back. So what we've got to do now is look at who's fit and who's not fit, and get ready for Tuesday night. But one person who will be right is Pat. And when you've got him in behind you, then you only have to speak to Charlie Oliver and Curtis Jones or Jan Palinkas. You've got a really safe pair of hands, and I'm sure that not only will he have a career here for the season, the kid's got a career, because he's so good, and more than that, he's such a nice lad. His feet are on the ground, and we love having him here. We love having him here, and he loves being here. So, chuffed with that. I'm chuffed for Pat.
Yeah, I mean, rolling into this week, obviously we mentioned Reynolds on Tuesday. Not a very difficult journey. And then we've got a fair old trip up to sort of like the top end of Cumbria. We've talked constantly through pre-season and through the early part of the season about squad depth. I would imagine there's going to be some changes.
There has to be. And obviously Big Yam's out, and Keegan goes out today, and Dante goes out. But there has to be changes, and that's the important thing, because it's hard to play 2 games in 72 hours. And when you're putting in the kilometres, especially the lads at the top end of the doing, and the midfield, predominantly they're higher. The lads at centre half probably lower at you because they've got a different job role. But we're going to have to look, because in wide areas today, Jay and Elliot gave absolutely everything. So did young Maxi. Donners did, Charlie did. So we've got to rotate it. But find me a team that won't have to rotate it, because when you go and give everything that we've given today, and other teams will give, you've got to rest lads. And I said to lads in there at the end of the game, this is squad depth. This isn't anything personal about lads not getting on the pitch or not getting in the squad. It's about squad depth, and everyone will get their opportunity this season. What is important is that we go to Reynolds and show that we've got some real character, because people might look at it and think, well, they've lost 4-0 at home. It could be a cricket score this away from home. We have a different belief. We'll have a game plan. We'll respect what they did to us here, and hopefully we go there and get a point. And then, somewhere that I haven't been in a number of years, Workington, probably since my playing days. Looking forward to going there, and, going to a stadium that I've not been to for a few years. And, if we pick up a positive result on Tuesday, then we'll hopefully go to Workington on Saturday, pick up another positive result. But if we don't, we've just got to keep picking the bones out of it and analysing it. Look to the league table tonight, Tim, we're 13th, we're 4 points off second, couple of points off the playoffs. We played 8 games. Table will probably settle down after 10, 15. Who would expect Lancaster to go and get beat 4 today? It's just a topsy-turvy league. So we're happy. We're unbeaten at Broadhurst Park. Let's go and enjoy being on our travels now, and hopefully, put an end to this 3-game losing streak, or whatever, 4-game losing streak away from home. And, go into the week positive, because that today, for me, is really good, really pleasing, and shows that what we've done on mindset and psychology this week, the lads have taken on board. So I'll take that. My final mention is to Broadhurst Park. I thought it was electric today. One of the lads have said, your fans are brilliant, and it was rocking, and you could feel it. Was it going to come at the end? But they kept us going. I probably had a bit of a moan last week. It wasn't as noisy, but it was great. Seeing the new shirts, people with the new shirts on today. The family fun day before, and the fans were brilliant. So hopefully we can give them something to cheer about when they follow us to Reynolds on Tuesday and Workington Saturday. And that's got to be the objective, Tim.
Okay. Congratulations, Pat. Either Joseph Holt's man of the match, as chosen by today's match sponsors, HSG Global.
Thank you.
First half was pretty quiet, wasn't it? But that second half, you were all action.
Yeah, first half was a quiet one. That just shows you it's part of the job. We've got to stay switched on between the sticks. So yeah, did my job.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had, obviously it was the goal we conceded. Yeah. Not much you could do about that. Basically, it was a one-on-one on the edge there. It was tough. But that second half, they really got on top of it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did well second half. Again, mistakes happen in the first half, but get round Guy, go again. He's been class every week, so not Guy's fault. Go again. Did well second half as well.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we were talking before. Basically, there was a number of crucial saves. I mean, especially none more so than that one. I think it was about 85 minutes, where it was heading to your top right corner.
Yeah.
And you literally, I mean, we always remember when you think of keepers, you think of people like Peter Schmeichel who could just put a hand out, and somehow there was strength to not only sort of like stop the ball but repel it, and you managed to push it wide, you know, preventing a rebound.
Yeah, tough save. It was moving a lot, and I know the boy that struck it as well. He used to play with him when I was at Rotherham, maybe about 12, so I couldn't let him score. He's done that enough times.
Yeah, well, I mean, he put it in on target, and
Yeah.
it was a good save, and that was just one of several in that second half. And you know, not just that, obviously coming out collecting catches and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that 6'5" striker, number 12, when he came on, I bet he thought, blimey.
Yeah, we knew that's kind of how they was going to play. So I back myself in the air on crosses. I'm a big lad myself, so all part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And, but you know, basically, shot stopping was fundamentally what.
Definitely busy second half, and that's like I always say, it is my job. But if the boys make a mistake in front of me, I've got to be there to back them up. And I felt like I did that quite well second half.
Well, you did brilliantly, so much so that today's match sponsors, HSG Global, chose you as the man of the match. Congratulations.
Nice. Thank you, Tim.